What's up, everybody? Sunny South Florida here. A little chilly today. I just took my girl to the park. She's back there swinging. And I just want to show you how amazing South Florida is for those of you that don't know. I always dreamed about living in a place where I could there's like fruit growing on trees everywhere. It's like candy. It's amazing. Well, I'm at this local park. It's just a small little park here. And check this out. This little house here is connected to the park. And they don't have a wooden fence. They have a fence you can see through. And look at these. There's two beautiful mango trees on this property. Two beautiful mango trees right here. And then there's one on the property on the other side now. I've had these mango trees. I've asked them and they've given me mangoes. The mangoes weren't as good, but they were nice to give them. A lot of them just fall on the floor. They don't even eat them. And that's a lot of people that have mango trees, especially this big, they can't eat them all. So always ask, and you shall receive, as they say, right? These mango trees are way bigger than I ever want my mango trees to get. I'm only going to let my mango trees get around 8 feet tall is the most. That's my goal, 8 feet. These are way too big. And they're not even that big. These can grow twice the size. But these here might be, 15 feet or so. But it's really cool though that we're at the local park. Now on this side, this is really crazy. If you come to this side of the park, and again, it's a really small park. There's this yard here, and all over you walk in South Florida, there's tons of mango trees and other fruit trees. And I love seeing this tree bloom. I haven't tasted mangoes for this one, but I will this year. I now know the owners, I think. This one's like twice the size of those other trees. Way too big. It's 1 yard and one tree. Now, see how big that tree is? That's a really big tree. Now, if they wanted to, let's say that tree wasn't there, they could probably fit maybe 8 trees where that one tree's taking up. And you're never going to get enough mangoes off that tree where you're going to eat them all. You're feeding the birds pretty much in that tree. Whereas if that tree wasn't there and you planted the trees about 8 to 9 feet apart and you kept them about 8 feet height, you probably get 8, maybe, let me see, 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 trees in that spot. So those are things you want to keep in mind. Well, you don't want your mango trees to get too big, but this tree is beautiful and it smells beautiful when it's blooming. Now, I don't know, I haven't tasted these. The other ones I tasted. So I haven't tasted these yet. So I haven't tasted those yet. So this year I'll taste them. Now, if they taste amazing, I could take a piece of them and graft them onto my tree. But make sure you taste the trees first before you start grafting if you don't know what they are. But some of these trees are wild, and a lot of them are from seedlings, believe it or not. People maybe years ago, they planted, especially a tree that size. Before the nurseries were selling mango trees as much as they do these days, maybe somebody just ate a mango they liked and they just put the seed in the ground and it grew, and over the years, they grew into a big tree. So you don't always know the exact type of tree that's going to come. So a lot of these trees, these mango trees that are all around, are wild seedling trees. And sometimes the mangoes are absolutely terrible and stringy and not good at all. But sometimes they're amazing, and my tree might be one of them. Now these other trees over there that I was pointing at to earlier, they're not worth anything. They weren't good. They need to take those trees out and cut them back and just maybe graft something good onto them. And yeah, there's coconuts and mangoes are the most things that they have here in South Florida, by the way, for you guys that are watching that are not in Florida. Coconuts and mangoes are everywhere. And there's a bunch of other fruit that a lot of people don't know of, but I just wanted to show you, even at this little park. So here's the park. There's the other trees, and there's that tree. And when the mangoes are flowering, it smells beautiful and looks great. So we're just walking on the road here, this really cool road. And here's the yard we're passing, and they have 2 mango trees here. And these are nice sizes. See the one in the front there, that's a nice sized mango tree. And the one in the back there is a little big, but it looks really nice. You can tell they're keeping it in nice shape. Yeah, that's the biggest I would let a mango tree get. That's still, yeah, that's a nice size. That might be 10 feet. I'm gonna try to keep him at 8 feet. Now that first one still needs to grow a little, but it's still nice. Just an example of the differences. Some, as we pass around the back, we see bigger ones sometimes, but that's a good example of the kind of the size you want to keep them. Not letting them get bigger than that second one. The one in front is really nice, maybe a little bigger than that. So, there's a lot of different greenery here in South Florida. It's really a beautiful place. We're in West Palm Beach, and you know, if you're in the areas where there are shopping centers and all that, of course, you're not going to find all this stuff, but you know, I love to just drive around and look at all the different trees, and I could spot a mango tree or a coconut tree pretty easy. And there are some other trees that, you know, you learn as you grow and go, you learn what trees you could spot. And it'd be a cool idea to just mark them down, sometimes get to know the owners. When you pass the house, say hello, talk to them, see if it's just a wild seedling tree or if it's something they planted and they know about. And if they know about it, they might be interested in trading mangoes with you during the season or grafts or something. So that's my advice. Just get to know as many people around you, their gardens, what they grow. You can help each other out. You know, it's a good thing. So I just love the greenery out here. I love South Florida. Okay, I'm not going to film all these mango trees that I'm seeing because we're passing many. But when I see a nice one, I want to just let people know. So that's a nice one. That's a little tall, but a great sized tree. Looking really well. I would definitely not let it get taller than that. And again, I don't know the property owner of this property, but definitely something worth, I won't necessarily knock on a door, but if I see him outside, I'll talk to him. Yeah, that's a little bigger than I'd like, but acceptable. Maybe about, that might be 10 feet, so I'd go about a little taller. That might be 11 or 12, but a little too tall, but it's really a nice looking mango tree. That is another mango tree, a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Too big, mangoes don't taste good on that tree, old. Now, if somebody took care of that tree, cut it back, put some grafts on it, that's a beautiful thing. Never give up on the tree. Unless it's taking up space, because if you only had a small space, you could take out that tree and put a bunch of other trees under there. But that's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody, that's my little trip that I took today to the park with my daughter, and just passing all these trees, and I just wanted to just give you those tips about mango trees. And you know, it's always a learning process, and I got some people here on Facebook that I learn a lot from. So I'm just passing along many of the tips I've learned over the years, and put your comments and questions below. Have a great day and keep growing.